Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm officially a mama of two. I gave birth to my second kid just a few weeks ago, and like with my first, it was a hospital birth. However, with both kids, I labored at home for as long as possible. So as you can see by the title of this video, today I want to talk about natural ways to ease labor pain, and I hope they will help you as much as they helped me. Whether you want a home birth or a hospital birth, whether you plan on having an epidural or you want an unmedicated birth altogether, pain during labor is inevitable. You don't know how intense it will feel for you. You don't know when you're going to get into labor and for how long it will last. Long before it's go time, even before any midwife, doctor, doula, or your partner is by your side, you will have to deal with contractions. So it's good to have some coping techniques, some tips and tools at hand that you can try to reduce the pain or at least to distract yourself for as long as possible. I had 2 natural vaginal unmedicated hospital births, which doesn't matter. However, with both kids, I knew that I want to stay at home, labor at home for as long as possible, and I did. With my first kid, I was 10 centimeters when I got to the hospital. And with my second, which they told me with your second and third child, please come sooner, please come earlier, because with every child, labor can progress faster. So this time around, I wasn't sure when to go to the hospital, but when I went, I was 9 centimeters, and then shortly after 10. I'm just telling you this to say I really recommend getting familiar with some natural ways to reduce pain during contractions. And I know this is the only way that I was able to stay at home for so long as I did and go through contractions by myself at home. And don't compare yourself to anybody else. Every birth story will be different. What helped me might not help you, but it's good to be prepared and feel prepared. Knowledge is power, and you will feel more confident and prepared and empowered to go through labor. And for me, I feel the most educated and prepared if I have both the medical research, statistics, book type of knowledge, as well as people's personal experiences. And just to hear or read about what other women went through, how did it feel for them, what did they use to deal with, to cope with labor pain, and so on and so forth. So if that makes any sense, I think those personal experiences often vary a lot and are very unique, and oftentimes they're far away from the norm or the statistics. So I think it's nice to hear about both, know about both. And yeah, without any further ado, let's talk about some labor pain management tips and tools. Visualization. You can certainly use visualization to help with fear and anxiety and pain during labor and delivery. And one example that is quite often mentioned is visualizing ocean waves during contractions and calling contractions waves as well. So you feel the wave coming, the energy builds up, and then the wave hits a wall of a cave or the shore, and then it all quiets down for a moment again. And with every wave, so with every contraction, your cervix opens a little bit more. Another popular image is that of a flower opening, but of course you can think of any representation of contractions that works best for you, that resonates with you, and that might help you in the moment. As with everything, I recommend having various, let's say, visualization scenarios, different scenarios in your head, so then in the moment you can just see what works for you, what helps you. Meditation. Meditation can be very helpful to some women, especially if that's their preferred form of relaxation, of stress and anxiety relief. It can help you calm your mind, focus on your breathing, and just let your body do its thing. Might be more helpful in the beginning stages of labor, but again, depends how intense your contractions feel to you. Next up, essential oils. Surprisingly, that's something I used during my first labor with my first kid, but I'll talk about it in a second. Anyway, focusing on some pleasant smells can be a great distraction from pain, and it can reduce stress and anxiety. And as you probably know, some essential oils can also help with nausea, which you might experience during labor, and they can even help you slow down your breathing. And I keep talking about distracting yourself from the pain because it is said that our brain can only focus either on pain or on pleasure. So we almost want to trick our brain into focusing on pleasure. So in that way, we will reduce the pain, or at least the perception of labor pain. Popular essential oils recommended for labor and birth are lavender, peppermint, orange, clary sage, and jasmine. With my first kiddo, during my first labor experience, I did end up using essential oils, which was surprising to me because just reading about it beforehand, I didn't think it would do much, it would help me much. But I ended up using lemongrass essential oil. I didn't even read about it before in connection to labor and birth. However, I just had it at home, so I just tried whatever I had and just to see what can help me. And yeah, for some reason, the scent of lemongrass essential oil was very, very calming to me and a great distraction. And I ended up smelling it throughout the whole laboring experience at home while having contractions at home. It really, really helped me. And this time around, I didn't use this one. I had like a sleeping essential oil blend from Rituals, and I used it a little bit. It helped me also. It was like a lavender something else blend, but a very subtle smell. Was also just a pleasant smell that helped me distract myself very early on in my labor, when the contractions weren't as strong as afterwards. Anyway, you just don't know what will help you. Like with me, essential oils, I didn't think they would help me at all, but I just had them prepared at home and I ended up using them. So this just goes to show it's better to have more options than less, and you will see what works for you. Listening to music. I'm sure you've heard of pregnant women who prepare for labor, that they make the labor playlist, and I encourage you to do the same. And don't just prepare one playlist, prepare various playlists, one with more calm, relaxing music, maybe some nature sounds, and one with some upbeat, whatever your favorite songs. You just don't know how you will feel in the moment. Maybe you will really be able to be in your zone and meditate and just, like I said, be in your zone. And then some relaxing, calming music might really, really help you with that. Or you might feel like this is annoying. Those calm sounds are annoying me. I need something to maybe walk around to, move my body, even dance with your partner, or just something really loud and just some upbeat music that will distract my mind and make me feel more uplifted and just bring me in a different mood. So highly encourage making a labor playlist, but like I've said, with different genres, with different type of songs. And sound has enormous power, just keep that in mind. I read somewhere that it can even change our hormone levels. I think it increases oxytocin, and obviously it can affect our mood and our emotions. So it might really help you distract yourself and just feel more hopeful and more upbeat and ready. Holding a calm. Yes, you heard it right. Holding a calm with the teeth pointing just below where your fingers meet your palm can help provide a distraction during labor, help take away the pain. The calm and the sensation of it on your hand can act as a focal point during labor and is something to concentrate on. I knew about it with both my kids, but during my first labor experience, I didn't use the calm at all. I didn't even try it. I don't know why. And this time around with my second kiddo, that was my go-to, something I did from the beginning till the very end, until my kid was born. I was squeezing a calm in my hand, which I don't think is recommended for like the pushing phase, at least, of labor. And let me tell you, my my hand was bruised for at least a week after. However, it helped me tremendously, and I don't know how I would deal with all the pain without it. And I know it sounds ridiculous, even to me, with thinking about it now. It is a little ridiculous, but it truly helped me have an unmedicated birth and just have something to focus on and distract myself. And yeah, that's what I want to tell you with this video in general. Like, birth is such a intense and wild experience, and I hope all the mamas out there have a great support system and a partner or a doula or a friend or a family member to advocate for them and help them ease the pain and get what they need and what they want. But most of all, I hope each and every one of you mamas who's about to give birth has just the confidence to stand up for herself and follow her instincts, because at the end of the day, like, it's your experience. If holding a comb, squeezing a comb in your hand will help you, or sniffing on essential oils, or listening to a certain type of song will help you, just do that. Don't worry about what the midwife thinks about it. It's not her experience. She will forget about you in a week, sorry. But you will carry this experience with you for the rest of your life. So me squeezing the comb in my hand, just randomly, not even where you're supposed to squeeze it, I guess, throughout the entire labor experience, I know the midwives probably thought I'm completely loco. Even my partner was like, what were you doing with the comb while pushing? I was scared for your hand will fall off. And it was, like I said, bruised for a week after. But it helped me. So at the end of the day, just do what feels right for you and what helps you. It's your experience, and you feel in the moment what feels right for you and what helps you the most. A heating pad or a cold pad or both, just another sensation to focus on, and it can actually help you reduce the pain. With the cooling pads, you can hold them in your hands just as a form of distraction again, or you might get very, very hot and very sweaty during labor. Then you can put one on your forehead or on your wrists. And heating pads, which I used with both kids during both labor experiences, can really, really help you ease lower back pain, help you with lower back pain. For me, I didn't feel any pain in my lower belly during contractions. It was all in my lower back. Crazy pain. But yeah, I guess it's back labor or whatever it's called. Anyway, if you experience lower back pain during labor, which you might, try using a heating pad. It can really, really help you. Massage. You can ask your doula, your midwife, or your partner to massage you. Again, it can help you relax, reduce stress and anxiety, and also just feel less alone and more connected to your partner. And that's something great to focus on. Massage may ease pain and reduce anxiety in the first stage of labor. It may help you to cope with your contractions by making them feel less intense and more manageable. Counter pressure, applying pressure to areas where you feel a lot of pressure coming from within your body, can help you tremendously with pain. That is especially true for lower back pain if you're experiencing back labor. Or you can ask your doula or your partner to apply pressure to your lower back or your hips, wherever it feels the best for you. Like I said, wherever you feel like this extra pressure from within. For me, that was a big one during both labors with my both kids. The first time around, I don't think I read about it before. It was just something that instinctively I asked my partner to do, just because I had such crazy pain in my lower back. It felt like it's just, I don't know, everything's coming apart, falling apart, and just so much pressure from within that I was putting my own hands on my lower back, and then I just asked him to press his palms against my lower back. And now with my second kid, feeling that the pain is in my lower back again, not in my whatever hips or lower belly, I ask my partner to press so hard on my lower back throughout the whole, like by the end of my labor, and then during birth, during the actual pushing phase, he was still pressing on my back because I was giving birth on my side. So he had access to my lower back. And again, I had so much pressure in my lower back that it just helped so much. And I just kept yelling. I guess I was yelling. I'm sure I was yelling, screaming, just press harder, as hard as you can. You can't hurt me. Anyway, it can really, really help with pain and be such a relief, just because the pain can be so intense. It just feels like I said, like your body is just falling apart and just so much pressure from within. So having your partner or your doula or whoever's with you press against your lower back or your hips will help you so much. a birth ball, a birthing ball, an exercise ball, a wellness ball, whatever you want to call it. Just rocking back and forth on the ball or doing circular motions with your hips on the ball can provide a lot of comfort, reduce pain, reduce the pressure. You can also lean over the ball from a kneeling position. That's what I did. It just felt really, really good, helped me just stay focused and present and focus on my breathing. So that can also feel very comforting. Taking a bath or a shower. Water immersion has been shown to reduce the pain and the anxiety during labor and childbirth. However, if you did not enjoy taking baths during pregnancy, you will most likely not enjoy it during labor. So then taking a shower might be a better option for you. And it's great because it can feel great, but it can also be very helpful due to gravity helping you progress. And still the heat from the water can provide a lot of comfort and reduce the pain. Another quite obvious one is walking. Walking can help with cervical dilation and it will help you cope with the pain better. For me, with my first kid, I'm sure walking helped me so much to be at 10 centimeters when I got to the hospital, when I got to the doctor, to the actual checkup. Because when we went to the hospital, I think my partner wasn't ready for what's to come, so he thought we're just going to be sent back home. But yeah, so we parked in the parking lot and it was quite the distance to walk from there to the doctor's office, to my doctor's office, stairs included. So I don't know how many centimeters I was when we arrived at the hospital, but I'm sure I progressed a lot by walking this entire distance from the parking lot to my doctor. Something else you might want to try is acupuncture, especially if you tried it before and it helped you before, it might as well help you during labor. It can reduce the intensity of the labor pain and provide some extra comfort. This one is a huge one, breathing techniques. It's just a must for any pregnant woman, no matter what birth you want, medicated, unmedicated, home, hospital. Just practicing special breathing techniques before going to labor is crucial. Of course, in the moment you have to just follow your instincts and do what feels right to you and not worry about what did I practice, what should I use now. However, there are certain breathing techniques recommended for certain stages of labor. But again, in the moment you will just do whatever feels right for you. Okay, for the next one, there are even special courses available you can take, but there's enough information on YouTube, there's ebooks and so on and so forth, and that's Hypnobirthing. It's basically a form of self-hypnosis, a combination of meditation, affirmations, visualization, focusing on your breathing, and so on and so forth. I don't know the details, I didn't take any courses, but again, it's supposed to help you with relaxation, and it's also said that it can turn pain into pleasure. So might be something interesting for you to look into. Ice chips, frozen fruit, cold water. It's not unlikely that you will feel super thirsty and extra hot during labor. So just sucking on frozen fruit or ice chips can help you with hydration, and just a cooling sensation can feel very, very comforting. On top of the pain and the stress, you don't want to deal with a dry mouth and chapped lips. So making sure you stay hydrated is very, very important and will just feel so, so good to you. I guess it depends on the country, but when I was giving birth at the hospital, I had my juice and my water stuff with me, but the midwife offered me water, she offered me Coke, and she offered me Aquarius, which is like Powerade, Gatorade, whatever you are, whatever you call it. So yeah, make sure you have some water with you at least. Or like I've said, try ice chips, try frozen fruit. I loved frozen grapes during pregnancy. So it might be something you want to also keep in the freezer while you labor at home. Try that. Affirmations, a mantra, or just a simple phrase, something that will help you keep going. Sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. It's just when you feel all the stress, the anxiety, and all the pain, it's very easy for your mind to just produce negative thoughts and make you feel like I cannot do it anymore, I don't want it anymore, how am I supposed to deal with it, it's too hard, blah, 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 blah. So having something to focus on and repeat to yourself and remind yourself of can be super, super helpful. It can be something like, I trust my body, I trust my body and my baby. I was meant to do this. This is all natural. I'm about to meet my baby. Whatever sounds good to you, whatever resonates with you, it can be really, really, really super helpful. I can link a post that I wrote a while ago with birth affirmations below, then you can print them out. I had birth affirmation printed out at home, just as a reminder to look at, to read during labor. But with my first kiddo, what helped me so much was the sentence, one contraction at a time. And I didn't think much of it. I didn't prepare that phrase beforehand. I just read it somewhere. And while I was going through contractions, I remember thinking, this is so painful and I don't know how long it will take, like how long this will keep going. Like, how am I supposed to handle this? I cannot go through this contraction, and I know there will be so many more coming up. Like, how am I supposed to deal with it? I cannot do it. And then I stopped myself, and the sentence, one contraction at a time, that I read somewhere randomly popped in my head, and it was a game changer, a lifesaver. From that moment on, with every contraction, I was just like, one contraction at a time. I just have to deal with this one. And I was able to really focus on each contraction at a time, one at a time. And this helped me so much just to calm down and stay present and don't freak out about, like, I'm just starting this whole process. What if it takes the whole night, the whole day, 2 days before I meet my baby? I cannot do it. So that was super helpful. Anyway, an affirmation, a sentence, a mantra, whatever resonates with you. Keep something in your mind, write it on your wrist, have an affirmation card in your hand, something that can help you. And I will go feed my newborn now. Okay, baby's fed. One more thing, one more tip, which is a very general tip, yet still important. Creating a soothing environment. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it goes both for your home and the hospital. It's just during labor and during birth, you want to feel safe and you want to feel comfortable. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Few simple steps can make a big difference and make you feel more comfortable and safer. So having dim lights, having music, comfy clothes, having your own pillow or blanket with you at the hospital can be very helpful. That's it, I think. Keep in mind, what works for one woman will not work for another. So please never ever judge another woman for her choices. I found those seemingly super simple tips and tools very helpful when I was preparing for and going through labor twice. So I hope they can help you as well. And maybe you knew all of them already, so that's just a reminder what you can prepare, how you can prepare yourself. Maybe you learned something new. Either way, I wish you an amazing, empowering, positive, smooth and healthy delivery and labor experience. And I see you in the next one.